We're gonna be partying all night. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Talk to me in the chat box. All right, talk to me in the chat box. Actually, Dre, real quick, bro, before you go ahead, let me know if you stopped the previous recording and if this is a separate recording. No, before I go ahead. So let me know in the chat if it was stopped.
I believe so. I think so. Let me just confirm with Jamar or Ron, but I believe it was stopped, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think it was stopped.
Yeah, so you're good.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, good night, guys, man. I'm super excited, man, as you guys can definitely tell, to be on this call, to have all you guys here as well. Guys, listen, if you have been enjoying the last couple of sessions with the Chairman Skills Camp, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat box. Let's see if I can find the chat, though. Okay, cool. Seeing the sevens coming in. Awesome. Here's my next question for you. If you're on this line, you're platinum 150, you're platinum 600, you're platinum 1000, you're platinum 2000, are your teams on this call? Yeah, are the builders in your organization on this call? Yeah, because listen, this skill, they say that the team with the most presenters get the most success. That's a clue, right? The team with the most presenters get the most success. The team that has the most amount of people sharing this opportunity, by default, they're going to get the most success. So if you're on this call, you're on it alone, you know what's going to happen? You're going to recruit a whole bunch of people, right? And they won't be able to do the same. Yeah, you're gonna go to the ranks that you could hit by yourself, like platinum 1000. You could do that by yourself, but then getting to platinum 2000 becomes a challenge. Getting to platinum 5000 becomes a challenge. Yeah. So you want to make sure, that you guys on the line, you have a team. Don't be here alone. All right. Don't be here alone. All right. Let's jump right into this. All right. Let's jump right into it. Let's go. All right. So let me go ahead, share my screen here real quick. All right.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, I got a God don't change with the season.
Now that screen, we're gonna be here all night if you share that screen. We're gonna be here all night if you share that screen. Okay, so let me know. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're about to go ahead and get things popping tonight. All right, so here's the first thing, right? You're gonna start as a connector, but you must become the presenter, right? If you want to make a lot of money in this industry, if you want to make a lot of money, if you want to build a massive organization, you've got to become a presenter. But I wanted to start from this place first as a connector, because I know the average person on the line probably just got started. This is the place that you're going to start at. You don't immediately come in and start to present. You start as a connector. And basically what that means is you're going to be, pointing individuals, right? Pointing individuals to the information. Okay, you're going to be pointing individuals to the information, right? Because immediately when you start in this opportunity, right? When you start and you want to build an organization, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pointing persons to the presenters, right? To the videos, to the Zooms, to the events, right? To your upline for them to share the information. Okay, don't come in thinking, man, listen, I got to be able to present immediately. Not necessary, right? Not necessarily. You just got to be able up front to connect other individuals to the information. You guys following me? You just got to be able to connect persons to the information. And also for you guys on the line, right, that may be presenters as well, I want to give you guys this quick tip as well, right? As a presenter, right? It is still good that you connect, right? Let me explain what I mean. I don't want to be presenting this information to my prospects, right? I want to leverage someone else. I want to leverage someone else's story. I want to leverage another tool. That's why when I'm individually prospecting individuals, I'm not the person doing the presentation. Trust and believe, I don't get on a call and do a presentation with that person, right? I point them to a video presentation. Yeah, I point them to the video presentation. I get them in front of a Zoom presentation. I get into an event, before COVID. I put them in front of someone else that's going to be breaking down these details. Okay, and that's how you want to function. You present to your team's guests, you present to your team's prospects, but you connect your prospects. Yeah, you connect your prospects to the information. Let me know if you guys are following me here. Let me know if you guys understand what it is I'm saying. So despite you might be a presenter, you still got to be a connector. You still want to connect persons to the information. You still want to put persons in front of Zooms and videos that does all the talking. Because here's what's going to happen. You work smart rather than working hard. Right? You work smart rather than working hard. Right? Because at this point, your guest needs to hear another voice. Okay? Your guests, they need to hear another voice beyond yourself. Okay? So you start as a connector. And throughout your business, you're still going to be connecting. Okay? You're still going to be connecting, but you don't want to stay at this place. All right? We're not going to stick up, at being a connector. We're not going to stick up at, just pointing other individuals, to Zooms and so on, because there must come a point when you actually present this information, right? Why do we want to go here? And I want to share with you guys, real quick, a little story. Not until I started to present, when I got involved in this industry, did my income shoot up. I want you to hear me, right? Not until I started to present the information did I have a major increase in my income. Because when you don't have a team, it's okay to just, notice I said just, it is okay to just connect. It is okay to just plug individuals into calls, right? It is okay to just leverage videos. At that point, that is okay. But you see, when you have an organization, especially when you get the Platinum 600, there is no way that you're going to go to higher levels without presenting this business. Yeah. So if you find that right now, like you're Platinum 600 and you're sticking up on that rank, you know why? You're not doing enough presentations. You're not showing the plan to enough people. You're not putting enough individuals in front of the information, right? You're not presenting this info. And what's interesting, share a story with you guys, when I first got involved in this industry, I was dead scared, like scared to death to speak in front of people, even Zoom, right? At that time, it was probably like Google Hangouts or Skype or something else, right? I was scared. Yeah, somebody's saying, really? All right, listen, you could not get me to speak. I've been in sales and everything, from 13, yes, right? I would talk to you one-on-one. I would sell you. But put me in front of a crowd, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. It is problems at that point, right? At that point, it is issues. All right, listen, I remember when I was at school, I had to like put my hand in my pocket to stop my hand from shaking, because I was scared to death to speak in front of people. That was insane for me. And I remember like Imran was one of the first individuals to introduce me to this industry of network marketing. And how I first got presenting, it was I was tricked. Right, listen, I was tricked. I was tricked into presenting, in that particular opportunity. Yeah, let me explain. I'm just giving you guys a little story. Don't think that we're born as a chairman. Yeah, or I just woke up and started to speak in front of people. Nah, all right. I've been in the industry now for it's about 6 years, 7 years. Late 2014, I got involved. Yeah, so just about 7 years or so. Yeah, and not until like mid 2014, I started to present. And I remember like I was the biggest connector. Like, don't get it twisted. I had the most people at presentations. I had the most people, at live events. I was picking up people, taking them to events, all type of thing. I was putting in the work, but I wasn't the person doing the speaking. But when you get started initially, like that's fun. Become the best inviter. Get the most butts in seats, right? Get the most people in front of the Zoom presentation, in front of videos and so on. But if you want to go to another level, it can't stop there. And I was at that point just doing that, getting persons in front of the information. And I remember one day, my guy Imran, let me see if he's on the call. Right? Okay, cool. I don't see Imran on the call. But listen, I remember one day, Imran, we were doing presentations, and so, well, he was doing presentations, and the session, it had just about 80 persons or so in the room. You can imagine this. According to Kurt, I got baptized by fire, right? There were about 80 persons in the room. Imran comes to me and tells me he got an emergency, he gotta leave, right? He has an emergency with his wife, he gotta leave. And I'm like, okay, cool. Imran said, so, I mean, you got to present, bro. I was like, who you mean? I was like, bro, you're talking to me? You wasting. I remember these exact words. I told Imran, listen, you're wasting time, bro. You are wasting time, right? And I remember going into a corner, and I sat in a corner, my back against the wall, and I just sit down like and lap my foot. Because at that point, I'm like, all right, well, I guess there ain't no presentation happening tonight. Right? I asked Imran at the time, like, what happened to Akeem? He said, Akeem ain't here, right? Akeem is still around for presentation. Akeem can tell you that. Right? I gonna tell Akeem's story. Akeem is still tight, right? But listen, Akeem told me that Akeem ain't here either, right? And they like, okay, so what happened to? I started to call other people names. I see presenting. Basically, Imran told me that Akeem was in the bathroom. Imran told me that these guys were not here, right? And I'm like, well, Imran got into his car, reversed, and left the premises. People know were coming to me like, Kai, so you can present? And they're like, bro, no, right? No, like, that ain't gonna happen. But at that point, no, it was just like so much pressure. Everybody was coming to me like, Kai, I got gas here, like your team. And here's the key now, guys. Your team is going to start to look at you. As soon as you start to build a team, I'm sharing this with you guys for a purpose. As soon as you start to build a team, your team is going to start to look to you, right, to present this information, to do three-way calls, to share value, period. Their team is going to start to look at you. And everybody was looking at me like, hey, I got guests here. I got people that came to this event that you got to present. And I was just there like, oh my God. To the point where that I had to get up and go present. And I always remember something that I can't remember who said it, but what's on the inside of you is going to come out, right? If you're a real student, of this industry, what's on the inside of you is going to come out. And guys, in that moment, listen, everything just came out. I presented, hands shaking. My hand was literally in my pocket the entire presentation, right? And because my hands, I know my hands were shaking. I was scared. 80 people in a room, like, what? And it wasn't like a big room. The room was small and compact, so everybody was close. Yeah, everybody was close. And I remember during that presentation, you could look straight ahead and see the door, right? Guess who I saw outside the door just standing up watching? Somebody take a wild guess. Somebody take a wild. Imran was standing like right there, right? Just watching. And guess what? It was not just Imran, but all the other guys that present as well. We're just standing there watching and smiling and laughing. And I'm like, wow, oh, the trip me, right? On the trip me, right? I remember going outside and asking me, like, how long will you get back? I said, bro, I just literally reverse, went around the gap and come back. Right? I was like, what? So he literally tripped me into doing a presentation and so on. And from there, but at that point, it was a real lesson. It was a real growth process that really took place, right? Because from there, I was doing presentations, just getting better despite, the fear. Akim will always say, lean into the fear and watch it disappear, right? Despite, the fear, despite, knowing that this is something that I'm uncomfortable doing, I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. At that point, I was just like, watching the individuals that were presenting, and I recognized, like all these individuals that were presenting the information, they were the top income earners in the company. So that was a clue for me because now I'm like, all right, if I'm really trying to increase my income, I got to do what successful people are doing. Right? I can't stay in the shadows, expect to get the spotlight. Right? Listen, I can't stay in the shadows, expect to get the spotlight. You gotta step out, you gotta come to the forefront. That's the only way. That's the only way you're gonna see your income increase. That's the only way you're gonna really see that you go to another level, right? So when you guys see it happening on the screen, the man with the marker makes the most money. That's not just a saying. It is facts, right? Because it is one thing to know the information, it's another thing to teach it, right? It's one thing to know the info, but it's another thing to teach it. So that's the first thing. The second thing, like I said, you want to become the example, right? You want to be the example, set the example for your team because they're going to start to look at you. Okay, they're going to start to look at you. There's no way you're going to bring individuals into this opportunity and, you're supposed to be this top leader and you're not doing what top leaders do. And top leaders present. You got to represent the platform, represent what it is that you're saying and represent it publicly. Yeah. So now you put yourself in a place where you start to present. Yeah. Because what that's going to do for you, right? What that's going to do for you is going to build your confidence and it's going to build your belief. Why do I say that? Because the more you say, the more you repeat it, the more you say this information over and over and over and over again, it's going to become a part of you and it's going to be easy to talk about. It's going to become simple to share with other individuals. All right, it's going to, listen, guys, it's going to become so easy to share this information. You could literally share this anywhere without a presentation, without the slides. You're going to get to a point where you're going to be able to start to talk about this information, right, without looking at the presentation. Guys, I'm telling you, when I present, I'm not looking at the slides because I know what's there because you've done it so much, right? You've done it so much that it becomes just a part of right? So here's the thing. It's two things. One, you become the presenter, right? But you're not just becoming the presenter for you. You're becoming the presenter so that you could teach other individuals in your team how to present as well, right? You want to create, like I said, you got to set the example. There's no way you're going to have presenters in your team and you're not presenting. Okay, you got to set the example. So if you just want to hit ranks like Platinum 1000 and that's it, you be the only presenter. But you see, when you want to scale ranks now and go to different levels, you've got to have presenters in your organization. Duplication has to occur. You're going to hear this so much. It doesn't matter what works. It only matters what duplicates. So it's not okay to be the only presenter. It's not okay that it's just you. If you recognize that you are doing all the presenting, your business is only going to grow on your time. Right? Your business is only going to grow on your time. Guys, you got to get to the place where there are presentations happening in your organization and you don't even know. Right? I love to see flyers pop up, people doing presentations and so on, because it's perfect, right? Because if your business is only growing, right? If your business is only growing when your hands are on it, then your income is going to be limited. Right? Your income is going to be limited. So we got to get to a place where, we could literally speak about this information, like what we're have here on the screen. Now, keep presentation as a reminder, like you got to come to a place where, you could literally do a 5-minute presentation, right? Because it doesn't matter the length of the presentation. All the information is going to be the same, but more compact, right? And I want to challenge you guys to get to this place where, you might be able to do a one-on-one presentation with someone and it's done in 5 minutes. It's done in 10 minutes. You break down the information, everything that they need to know, everything that they need to hear, in a 5-minute span, in a 10-minute span, right? Presentations don't need to be an hour long, right? Presentations don't need to be an hour long, right? Anytime, when I got involved in the I Am Master Academy, guys, let me share with you how I learned the presentation, all right? Let me share with you how I learned the presentation, because again, despite being in the industry, coming into this company, it was completely new. I've never heard about Forex before. Didn't know anything about it, right? But I launched my business August the 1st. Like, bro, how you launching your business without your upline present with you to do the presentation? Right? Let me show you how I learned. How I learned the information, how I learned the presentation was by watching that video over and over and over and over again. Anytime I did a presentation, it was me showing the video. Right? It was me. I was a connector at that point. I was pointing to other individuals. So I had a home meeting, right? I invited all my family and so on to my home. I had a presentation, but it was a person doing the talking. We all sat and watched a video together with David Imanitia doing the presentation at the time. Anytime I did a presentation in our office, it was David Imanitia on the screen doing the presentation, and we are all watching the presentation together. That presentation was not just for the guests, it was for me. I was learning the presentation, just hearing it over and over and over again, right? To the place then where I started to do that presentation over and over and over again. I remember the first time, Akim will share with you as well, like we heard Gary McSween in Barbados do a presentation. We had the entire session recorded. Listen back over to that information, told the same jokes. Right? Told these. I remember the first time I saw Akim present. The first time I saw Akim present, it was the exact same presentation as Gary McSween. Like word for word for word. Right? Like, listen, you would think that was Gary speaking at that time. Literally, he was copying and pasting that information. Right? And you know what that's called? It's called leverage. It's called being smart. Right? Remember, like at this point, we don't need to be the expert. Just like trading, you don't need to be the expert. You just got to be able to copy and paste, right? And you do that until you find your own rhythm, right? You do that until you can find, guys, listen, right? I watched David Imanitia's presentation so much times. I watched Gary McSween's presentation so much times. I watched Luke Waman's presentation so much time. Justin Owens' presentation so much time. Chad's presentation so much times, right? And as I was doing presentations, I'm taking from the best of the best. So I'm telling the jokes of David. I'm telling the jokes of Luke. I'm bringing perspective like Gary. I'm bringing different perspective like Justin, right? So, and here's the key here, guys. When we speak, all the information that's coming out of us is a compilation, right, of all the all the personal development, all the speakers, all the trainers, everything that we would have listened to. Some people don't want to copy other people because of pride. They think that, man, nah, man, I don't want to sound like Akeem. I don't want to sound like Denise. Guys, listen. You look at the leaders and copy and paste what it is that they're doing. They present. You listen to Fabian present. You listen to Tammy present. Right? You listen to Mario present. You take from them. Right? Take different aspects of them. You might like Fabian's energy. Boom, take it. You might like Akeem's insight. Boom, take it. You might like the bombs that Imran drops. Take it. Right? You might like the details that Danny Springs. Take it. You might like the energy from Tammy. You pull from different people. Right? You pull from different people to get the same result. Right? Because write these three things down. Right? When it comes to you doing presentations, you want to have passion, right? You want to have enthusiasm for sure. Yeah, you want to have passion, you want to have enthusiasm, you want to have excitement, right? It's four things actually, and you want to transfer belief. Yeah, you want to bring passion, enthusiasm, excitement, and transfer belief. All right. So any presentation that you're doing, these are the keys for it. So let's break this down. So this is 6 aspects of a presentation, right? Because absolutely when you're going through the information, there are different areas that you want to cover. All right. There are different areas that you want to cover in the presentation. Okay. And the first one is going to be your story. We're going to go in depth on that one. Right? But the first one is your story. Right? Because always remember that individuals don't get started, because of the facts. Persons don't really care that much about the facts. They don't even remember the facts. How many times have you shared a presentation with someone and afterwards they come and ask you what's the price? Let me know. 100% of the time for me, anytime I share a presentation with someone, they come out and ask the price. It doesn't matter. Right? Listen, it doesn't matter. Right? 100% of the time. You know what that says to me? People aren't paying attention to the details. They don't really care, Green or no green, they don't remember. Right? They don't remember. People ask, what is it to get started again? They don't know. All right. So what I'm saying is, and this is why we say all the time, facts tell, but stories sell. It's the stories that people remember. You ask them about, typically like what they like the most. You hear individuals say, man, listen, man, this individual's story. This person that did X, Y, Z. This individual's passion on the call, man. Listen, that I was fired up. Right? The facts, people never say, man, listen, I like the harmonic scanner. Or I like woke up. Right? Listen, like, typically people have no idea. Right? So when you go through the presentation and you're talking about, this person, they input a lot size of 0.1 and it goes up 120 pips and you make $120 and all that type of stuff. Listen, they were remembering none of that. Right? People ain't remembering any details, they ain't gonna remember. Right? Nobody don't know, what's pips. People don't know after that call what is M's and W's. Right? You might think, man, that's simple, but guys, it's simple for us because we know that information. But people don't care. Right? In Barbados, we would say people don't give 2 walk-ups. Right? People don't get 2 walk-ups without information. Right? People do not care. All right. So it's these stories. Why? Because it causes individuals, it stirs up emotion, right? That's what I want to say. It stirs up emotion, in individuals, and that's what caused them to buy. Right. Here's what it also does. It's gonna break down, some barriers, right? Actually, we're gonna go into that, in the next slide. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. But what we do, right? Here's the next thing. So when you go into the information, so it's going to be your story, what we do, the company, the products, the compensation plan, right? The support and the success. So what we do, basically is the industry, the foreign exchange market, cryptocurrency market, etc. You give the information on that, right? So I'm not saying, to completely leave out the facts. No, give the facts, but don't focus heavily on them. Yeah, you give the facts, you give the important information, but you don't want to be, trying to go in depth and really break down, how to. Nah, they ain't gonna remember. All right. So what we do now, we educate on the industry. So that's where we talk about, it's a $6.6 trillion a day market. We break down exactly what Forex is, why, so that individuals can relate. Okay. You want your presentations to be relatable. You want persons to feel as though, they understand what it is that you're talking about. Okay. So you educate on the industry, because typically persons have no idea what Forex is. Persons have no idea what cryptocurrency is. People are clueless about HFX. They're clueless about ECX. So all we're doing at this point is we are educating. Okay, we are educating, right? I'm gonna give you guys a quick breakdown, literally how you could literally go through this information, right? Then the company, you want to show value in the company. So when we're showing value in the platform, now that's where we talk about the I Am Master Academy being the #1 Forex and cryptocurrency educational platform. You show value in the platform. You gotta edify the platform. You gotta edify the company. Right? You don't want to just say, this is the I Am Master Academy. We want to actually add value to it. We got featured on Forbes magazine, etc. Okay, why? Because here's what it does: it starts to build trust in the company. Right? You start to build trust in the company. Right? Absolutely debt free. These things that you can mention. Right? So the products, no, you're just giving an overview of the products. You're not going in detail as to how the products work, but you're just giving an overview of the products, right? And how they work. Very simple. The purpose of the products. Okay. Then you've got the compensation, because people want to know, quite frankly, how much money am I gonna make? Again, they ain't gonna remember those details, but they want to see. They want to know how much money they're gonna make. What's their potential returns, etc. All right. And then we're looking at the support and the success stories. All right. Because these are the questions that people have. Will they get help? Are people winning? People want to know, if they're going to be in this thing alone or what. And that's where we just bring that safety and security for individuals, in that presentation. When we talk about the success stories, when we share the success stories, right? When we talk about the support, when we show the groups and Telegram and that kind of thing, I show that, yeah, this is a community. This is not just you getting started by yourself and trying to figure your way out through this thing. Nah, it is, we provide everything for you, right? And this is where what you're doing here is that, you're providing confidence for that individual, for them to make a decision. So everything that we go through, in the presentation, we break down certain things. It's not just, for doing its sake. Everything has a purpose behind it. Okay. Everything has a purpose behind it. So real quick, just to give you guys like a quick example, we could literally do a presentation right here, on this information in a few minutes, right? Just based on this, right? Your story, what we do, the company, the products, the compensation, the support, and the success, right? So, for example, quick example, right? So my personal story, guys that got involved in this platform, around 2017, at that time, I went 6 to 7 months without any stream of income. I was looking for a means, right? I was looking for a means of investing my money, because every single month, the truth is, I had nothing coming in, and I really needed something at that point. I got introduced to the I Am Mastery Academy, right? And literally, this is where, the individuals, this platform is teaching you how to trade within the foreign exchange market. And this market, guys, literally generates $6.6 trillion every single day, right? And individuals all over the world are multiplying their money in this platform. I was absolutely clueless, right? I was absolutely clueless about it. But when I got introduced to the I Am Mastery Academy, this platform is literally like a university for Forex. So it breaks everything all the way down for you as it relates to Forex and cryptocurrency. Literally does three things. One, we teach you how to trade in the foreign exchange market. We give you live mentorship, so that you can connect with individuals with the results and the experience and trade live with them, right? And we also help you to make money while you are learning. Yeah, and that's through the products that our platform offers. Guys, listen, we've got individuals in our platform that are literally utilizing these products and earning hundreds of thousands of dollars. Average people like you and me getting an insane amount of results, right? And not just that, if you decide to just share this information, with some other individuals, you can earn significantly anywhere from 600 US dollars and up every single month, right? No, you don't have to know everything, right? You don't have to know everything because we provide all the support. We give you guys all the access, everything that you need to get results. And we've got a ton of success stories here. Persons just seeing results and changing their lives every single day. Boom, that's the end presentation, right? It's $325 to get started. That's it, right? That's it. You give a overview, a breakdown, covered every area, right? In literally probably about 2 minutes. That is the I Am Master Academy. You guys do know that that's literally the information that we give in about a 30-minute time span. That's it, right? There's nothing else. That is it, right? So whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. We break down this information, right? We break down this information, to give individuals the things that they need. To give persons the things that they need, right? And I want to focus in on this right here because this, you see your story. The story is one of the fundamental parts or one of the most crucial parts in any presentation. Right? The story, guys, is extremely, extremely important, for anyone on the line. Yeah, so as soon as you come on to the call, especially if you're hosting, it is super important that we master our story, right? Storytelling is actually a skill. All right, storytelling is a skill. I remember, a couple of years ago, we would sit individuals down in the office and have them break down, their story, write it out, and let's help you to craft your story. But that's what you want to do here. That you want to craft your story, right? I don't want to give you guys like a framework for that because as you are on the presentations, persons are going to remember more of your story than they actually do the information. Right? Persons are going to remember your story more than they actually do the information, right? When you look at Akeem, what's Akeem's story? Tell me in the chat. Actually, here's what I want you guys to do before you type that. Right? Before you type that. All right? Before you type that. I want you to tell me here real quick, right? How much volume do you need to hit Chairman 100? Let me know in the chat box. How much volume? We talk about it. You see it on the screen. You see it on the screen, right? Every single presentation. It is there. It is there. All right. Now let me say Chairman 100. How much volume is needed for you to hit Platinum 2000? Only Platinum 2000. How much volume? Don't go and look. Tell me in the chat. How much volume do you need to hit Platinum 2000? It don't matter. I just want to know. Right? How much volume do you need to hit Platinum 1000? I want you to see, right, that we have like 98 persons on this call. Probably like one person or two people give me the response. You know why? I don't even know the volume. And let me tell you what, because we don't pay that much attention to detail. We don't pay that much attention, although it's on, someone said 30, right? It's 75, right? That's numbers, not volume, right? But when we see the information, despite it being on the call so much, we don't remember those things, right? We don't remember those things. I want somebody in the chat, right? Tell me real quick. I just want you to give me tell me a part of Tammy's story. Drop it in the chat. Tell me a part of Tammy's story. Let me know in the chat box. Fish market, boom. right? You farmer vendor, right? Kurt said it, fish market, knife, right? Newspaper. Listen, you see the detail? Y'all remember that story. Tell me a part of Hakim's story. The point, okay? Sheraton, half of a house, clothing store, living Point of Wildy, right? Tell me a part of Danny's story. Girls Club, okay? Natural hair, drugs. Somebody said drugs. Let me pull out this chart bigger. Somebody said drugs. Weed, guns, bad environment, right? Study a degree in finance. Okay. Live in an area, no sleep. Okay, smell of marijuana, all right? The details, hairdresser, right? Tell me a part of Stefan's story. Tell me a part of Stefan's story. Insurance, quit his job. Left his job, hated his job. Exactly, Shakara, hated his job, right? Hated traffic, right? Left his job in a year. Guys, this you guys understand what it is I'm saying here? Right? You guys understand what it is I'm saying here? If I ask you about that compensation plan, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna remember. If I ask you what's the percent that they say that that Gold Cup wins, you probably ain't gonna know. Right? On the presentation, you probably aren't gonna know. What you're gonna remember is your story. So here's what I want you guys to do. All right, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to craft your story, because this is gonna be super important for any call. This is the important part. The stories are the important part. That's what people remember. So you recognize that as we are presenting and we're going through the information, right? It starts from a storyline, it gets factual, but it ends off with a ton of stories. It ends off very story oriented, right? And I'm gonna break that down a little bit later, right? But so here, this is how I want you guys to structure out your story. I want you to write this down. You start from your background. You know, what is it that you do? Because here's the truth. Some of you on the line might be saying, but I ain't got no story. Everybody got a story. All right, everybody got a story. Type in the chat, what did you guys do before this opportunity? What did you guys do before the I Am Master Academy? Even if you still do it, what do you guys do before? Somebody said overworked. HR management, okay, play hockey and work. Design, entertainment, fly, okay, here's a pilot, right? Work at Line Grove, and masters marketing. Got scammed by another forest company. What did you do, Daya? What did you do here? Okay, cool. Delivery driver, advertising, work at a hotel, call center, nurse, sales rep, right? Guys, listen, everybody has a story, right? Everybody has a story. Accounting, working in bank and go to school, hotel industry, nail tech, retail. Sheesh, we got people in every area, every walks of life, right? So you know, okay, so you know now, okay, boom, this is what you do. So you can tell your background, right? I've been in business from the age of 13, business all my life, retail stores. I'm an entrepreneur, business owner. You guys know what I do, right? You guys know what I do. You are, so you share your background, right? Because what you're doing at this point is that you're relating, you're building rapport with someone on the line. Yeah, you're building rapport with someone on the line. Okay, so someone might be able to connect and say, well, yep, I'm a hostess too. Okay, cool. You know, I work in retail as well. Okay, cool. I'm a nail tech also, right? You know, work in the bank. Okay. Accounting. Okay, yeah, that was me too, right? And then here's the next thing. What didn't you like? I'm going to drop in the chat. What didn't you like about your job? What didn't you like about what you did? All right, what did you like about it? Overworked. Okay, talk to me in the chat. Right, taking people's crap. Okay, living paycheck to paycheck. Overworked, underpaid. work until I got sick. Wow. COVID, mash up your job, no time freedom. I actually love my job, but it doesn't pay enough. Exactly. See that? Somebody's gonna relate, right? Lunch. What about lunch times? You don't like the lunch times? What? Long hours without my daughter. Shift and the pay was awful. Too short lunch times. I mean, no, you like to eat, boys. Can you imagine? half hour, half hour lunch, right? Loved it, but gave up way too much time freedom. Guys, perfect. Perfect. Listen, I hope that as we are talking, you're shaping your story. Because listen, at this point now, this is literally it. Guys, I love working in the bank, right? I love my job. Or before this opportunity, I was working in the bank. But the truth is, I did not like my job. My lunch hours were too short. I couldn't take people's crap at work. I was overworked and underpaid, and all that time, what's happening with the guests? Somebody's listening because they're hearing themselves. They're hearing themselves on the call right now. They're like, "Yo, I completely feel you. 100%. I get what you're saying." Right? You're building rapport. You're connecting immediately with them. Right? You're talking about COVID now. Right? You're saying, COVID caused me to lose my job. That happened for so many individuals. Immediately, you're relatable. Immediately, people connect. Immediately, people want to listen to you. Right? Because here's the fact, and I got to remind myself of this all the time too. People don't care how much success you got. People don't care how well you do. That's why, right? It doesn't matter if you're chairman or if you just gotten started this opportunity. People do not care. What people want to hear about is where you were at, right? People want to hear like where they come up. People want to hear the transition. People want to hear why you got started. That's what people want to know, right? So now your background, right? You're aware of your background, right? You know what it is that you didn't like, right? And this is information you're sharing. But then no, you point to the I Am Master Academy as a solution. You're pointing to the I Am Master Academy as a solution for those problems, right? So you didn't like the long hours, you didn't like the overwork, underpaid, but then I got introduced to the I Am Master Academy, and things changed for me, right? And here's where this last point, despite if you just got started in this business or not, despite if you have results or not, you have a story. Because if you don't have personal results right now, you're talking about where you're going. You're talking about where this opportunity can take you. And that's where you're going to cast vision on that. Right? You're talking about those things. So you found the I Am Master Academy, and now I see a way that I can actually earn what it is that I'm worth. I see a way that I can actually be paid for my efforts, for my production, rather than be paid for my time. Right? So you cast vision now, because now what's happening is that individual now is seeing themselves there. If you got results, share the results. Right? You share the results. So you talk about where you were. All right. You talk about where you were, what you didn't like, because that's going to relate. Individuals are going to relate with you. Okay. You point to the I Am Master Academy now as a solution. And if you got results, you share the results. If not, you cast vision. Period. You want to be casting vision. You guys following me? Let me know in the chat box if you guys following me. Because I want you to understand. You see this story? Your story is a major part of the presentation. Now, the story is a major part of the presentation. As you share that, individuals are going to connect. People are going to actually listen. People are going to actually stay plugged in. Right? Because let me tell you, all right, if I was listening to Akim's story, and I heard Akim, Akim was sleeping, on his mom's floor, right by the refrigerator, right? This is how, in person, this is how he is, right? Right by the refrigerator, right? This is how you know when you plug in, right? That's how you know when you really plug in. Right by the refrigerator, it was like right by my head, right? Right? It's having fun, guys, all right? And it was in half of a house in Point of Wildy. Anybody knows where Point of Wildy is? Guys, listen, right? Listen, and here's the thing. You got to be able to tell your business partner story. You got to be able to tell your mentors and upline story, right? Tell it like it's you. You see how we can just tell Akim's story right there, right? And then this is what happens after. And if I did not make a decision, right? If I did not make a decision, poverty would have continued in my family's life. That cycle of poverty, right, would have continued in my family's life. Right? Listen, and this is weird, you got to be able, this is what I say, you got to plug in. Really listen to the individuals that you are plugging into. Really listen, right? Because you got to be able to share their story as well. Yeah? You got to be able to share their story as well, right? So that was funny. Like, but here's the crazy thing. I didn't even think of that. That just came to mind. Denise gets real deep with hers. I can't repeat that one. That is a story. Denise would she says something. Oh my Lord, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. She gets real deep with it. Right? I can't even. She grew poetic, right? She poetic with it, right? I just be like, right? This smell. Who got it? Somebody got it. Let's just see it. Just go.
The smell of marijuana dysfunction. I just put it in chat. A dysfunction. She just be like, she doing a spoken word, bro.
Bro, first time I heard that was like, but here's the key. I don't want to go to this, right? Here's the key. You want to become an artist, right? Because let me tell you what Denise did. And what Akim does, and what Tammy does, right? And a lot of other leaders do is that they are literally painting the picture for you. Like you can, when Denise is speaking about that, man, you even start to smell the marijuana. Right? That's how crazy it is, right? You start to smell the marijuana, right? You start to see the police come and see the guys running and putting the drugs behind the tree. You start to see Akim lying down and seeing that fridge just boop, whenever he might open that fridge door, boop, on the back of your head, right? You start to see it in your, y'all laughing, but I'm so serious, right? I am so serious. You start to actually picture it. And that's what you want, right? That's what you want. You want to paint a picture for your guests. You want to paint a picture for yourself, right? For your prospects on the line. You want them to really buy in and feel the emotion as well. So that's why I say when I say you want to become an artist, when you literally have individuals buying in, the law of the buy-in, right? You wanna have persons buying in at this point. Because once they're buying though, it's a wrap. You can say blah blah blah, she have you anywhere. And they're getting started. You know why? Because they heard where you came from. They heard, right, how this opportunity impacted your life, right? They heard where you are at right now or where you are going. And always remember this, everybody wants to go somewhere. Everyone wants to go somewhere, but they need someone to take them there, right? Every person wants to go somewhere, but then they're looking for someone or something to take them there. And we present ourselves as the solution. We present the I Am Master Academy as the solution. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. When you are doing a presentation, I want you to don't only think about the facts, right? Don't just think about the facts, because, and this is where most people start, that's fine. Most people start very factual, they just give the information, right? Remember, it's a PowerPoint presentation and not a power read. Yeah. Remember, it's a PowerPoint presentation, right? And not a power read. The points are there, it's points, yeah. But you want to add some body, to it. Take. I always tell, my leaders, like, take persons on a journey. You know, you're taking them on a journey. You start with you and your story, you know, and you start to paint this picture, like everything. I'm painting pictures. What do you guys think that when I'm doing the presentation, I ask persons about, you know, the billboard, not the billboard, the board inside of the bank with the numbers fluctuating up and down? Because immediately persons, they start to see in pictures. And that's what you want. You want persons to start to see what it is you're saying in pictures. Because now they're relating. And once you have individuals relating, right? Let me tell you the thoughts that come into their mind. They start to say, you know, this is simple, right? You know, I think I can do this, right? And they start to say, you know, yeah, this could work, you know, because you didn't go over their head, you related with them. So that's why it's always best to communicate in I don't want to say normal language, but in relatable language, right? It's always best to communicate in relatable language because you want persons to be on this journey with you. You don't want to start them off on the journey. You know, they're all in with you on the story. And then shoot, you start to talk about pips and flags, and you start to talk about you know, Fibonacci and Ichibuchu clouds and all that kind of stuff. And then they're like, all right, yeah, see this? I can't do this. I have no idea what you're talking about. You know, yeah, you understand that it impact your life, but bro, I don't probably a genius or something because right now I lost, right? And that's what you don't want to do. Don't lose individuals, right? Keep them on this journey with you, right? Layman terms, thanks, Greg. Right? Keep them on the journey with you. So as you go through it and you talk about the picture, you know, when you're talking about Forex, persons don't know what's Forex, make it simple. We talk about the cameos when you go into the airport, when they exchange their money. We talk about them traveling. Again, you're just, all this is, right? All the examples that we bring is to make it relatable. Is that so persons can see themselves, and that's what you want. You want persons to see themselves doing this, right? You want to dumb it down. Yeah, you want that when persons, when you're talking about, you know, about Forex, you know, or rather when you're talking about I Am Master Academy, related to what they know. And what is that? School, right? Listen, that's why I say, for example, this is like the University of Forex. Listen, everybody knows school. Everybody is already familiar with school. Everybody is already familiar with investing money in school, paying for a course. You guys following me? Right? Paying for a course. So as you're using these different languages now when you're speaking, again, you're relatable. Right? You're relatable now. Persons understanding where it is that you're going. Persons understand, you know, how you are, how they can be a part of this opportunity as well. Right? So when you talk about learning now, related to school, we talk about mentorship now. Right? The examples, you know, that you can give as it relates to mentorship, as it relates to listening to someone with the results. Yeah. Someone says pay tuition, you know, as we start to go into the information now, you know, individuals talk about a scholarship to and free. We're just talking about a scholarship. It's just all that is relating the information, making it relatable, making it simple. Yeah. Keep it simple. You recognize, right? When you listen to David present, or you listen to Luke, right? Or you listen to any of the leaders, they're not trying to change your mentality in that moment. They might challenge it, but they're not trying to change your mentality in that moment, right? In that 30 minutes of that presentation, the aim is not to change your mentality. The aim is to challenge your mentality and to transfer belief. Okay? The aim is to challenge your mentality, right? And transfer belief. Yeah? That's what's important. Like, guys, listen, ultimately, you have one job when it comes to presentation. You got one job. You know what's the one job? Let me know. Anybody tell me in the chat, what's the one job? You got one job. What's that one job? Perlan said it. Transfer belief. Right? That's it. Challenge your mentality, transfer belief. That's it. Listen, you don't have to do nothing else. You ain't got to do nothing else. That's the purpose of these stories, right? That's the that's the purpose of all these stories and everything. What do you think, right? If you get on a call, for example, with Imran, right, or Fabian, you know, anytime I come on a call with them, you know, you guys just want me to come on, share stories, right? I just come on, just share a bunch of stories, 3, 4 stories, bum, 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 bum. Why? Because outside of the information, we know a lot of people ain't gonna remember that. But the stories people are gonna buy into, right? The stories is what people are gonna buy into. So even with you as a connector right now, as you are pointing individuals to a presentation, what you want to do? Share your story, connect. Share your story and connect. That's it. Share your story, connect them to the information. Share your story, get them on a Zoom. Share your story, get them on in front of video presentation. Share your story. So that's it. Right? That's it. Because here's what I'm going to here is a fact right here. Right? If you are skeptical and I sit down and share my story with you, it is highly unlikely you're gonna interrupt me and tell me that that's a scam. Like, bro, I just told you, right, that I went from sleeping on my mother's floor, you know, in the Pineville, I just told you that I grew up in Eden Lodge, XYZ, boom, boom, boom. You know, I started a girls club. I just told you that I just bought a Jeep, you know, a truck, a Hilux truck as a result of this opportunity. I just told you that I purchased a Mercedes Benz. I just told you that this individual's purchased a 5 Series BMW. Like, you share this story with persons, it is highly unlikely that they're going to challenge that. They're going to be open to listening, especially if you're related to them, or especially if they're related to you. So as you're presenting, guys, become an artist, right? I'm giving you guys the mindset, because here's the truth. Presenting, and as you guys know, man, I told you on the last session, right? All of these skills, the training doesn't work. It's the work that trains. So you want to become a better presenter? Start to present. You want to present like a chairman? Follow the chairman that are presenting. If you got to write out, I remember, I think it was Romario. I think I saw Romario and Dre wrote out Luke Palmer's presentation and memorized it word for word, right? Word for word. Then boom, made it their own, add their own little swag to it, right? Add their swag to it, and boom, gone. Artists steal. The best artists steal. Look at the people with the results, right? You want to present like a chairman? Look and see how Akim is presenting the information. Look and see how Luke is presenting the information. Look and see how Gary is presenting the information. Look and see, you know, how David presents the information. Right? Listen, anytime we go on a chairman's presentation, I'm not going there to be Una. I go in there to hear how they're presenting. Guys, when I got involved in this opportunity, I went on YouTube and I searched every leader that I knew and typed in I am presentation. I just watched it. Right? And just watched it. Right? Because until I know better, right? Listen, I gotta learn from the best. So I take from the best. Right? Listen, even if at that point it is exactly what they are saying, then I make it my own. Right? Then I make it my own. Even if, because guys, anything that is worth doing is worth sucking at first. Right? Like, there's gonna be a point where you might suck. Right? There's gonna be a time when you might sound rehearsed. And that's cool. That's okay, right? But always remember, there is a time. Right? There is a time. You know, I didn't say an eternity. There is a time. You're gonna sound as though you rehearse because you're unfamiliar, right? If you've said me and my scripted performances, right? It's unfamiliar, but you see, when your confidence is built, when you do it over and over and over again, then you start to crack your own jokes. You know, then you start to put, you know, you in it. Then no, you know, you got your own swag. No, you're comfortable in your own skin, right? No, you can share it, right? And it sounds like you. Mario said when you first set up, his brain sat back down. Right? But it, always remember, right? You don't gotta start great. All right, you don't gotta start great, but definitely start. You know what I mean? All right, but start. And that's the only way, guys, you're gonna become better at this thing. You know, that's the only way you're gonna become better at presenting. The only way you're gonna become better at prospecting. The only way you're gonna become better at promoting. Only way you're gonna become better at the skills is if you engage in the activity. That is if you actually do it. You know, so don't be thinking, man, you know, I'm not gonna present because I'm gonna suck. No, practice. All right, practice it. Listen, you know, let me, because you know, you guys know I like to be practical. You know, I don't just like to talk. You know, let me show you what I'm talking about, right? Let me show what I'm talking about. All right, the purpose of this call is to really give you guys, man, that insight, right? Go on YouTube, yeah? Go on YouTube, search David Imanitie presentation. Look, boom, one, right? Listen, and I just went through. This is the first, probably one of the first presentations that I was using, right? This one. This was the first presentation I was using. Sat down and watched this presentation so many times, right? And that's how I learned the compensation plan, right? That's how I learned this business. You know, people are saying, man, listen, they don't know certain things. Go and watch the videos. I sat and watched live, like, presentations that he did live, right? Because I want to hear it, you know, outside of a recorded video. I want to hear it in real time. I want to hear the jokes that he cracks. I want to hear the things, you know, that he's saying. Like, I went through it. I sat and watched his live presentations, right? Go and search it, right? Listen, Raphael Spiller, I think it might be in as Dr. Spiller, right? Great presenter as well, right? I sat and watched this presentation right here. This was back in, this 4 years ago, right? This was 4 years ago. I sat down and watched this presentation over and over and over, take out certain things. I heard how he brought down something, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take that. That makes sense, right? You started taking it for different people, right? Go through it, look, different presentations. It just went through. I started to take for different leaders, right? Anybody, and I love those types of presentations, right? That they did live, that somebody recorded, that they can just go back and listen to. You know what I mean? Like the ones outside of this, I mean, yeah, you still get keys and so on inside of like these kind of presentations as well. You know, but I love the ones that they're stand up, you know, in front of a crowd presenting and so on. You know, really see, because here's the next thing. I'm not just listening for what it is that you're saying. I looking to see how you're moving with the crowd. I looking to see how you walking through the crowd. There was a time. I remember I said in the steps that I went through, right? There was a time where what I was saying. What is said in the steps was that it's gonna build your confidence, right? It's gonna build your confidence the more you do it, right? Because there was a time where I was doing presentations and I was standing in one place, hands in my pocket, don't look confident. Then I started to move a little bit, right? Then I started to move a little bit. Then we gone to bigger events and we walking through crowds. We walking up the aisle and actually there with people, right? We actually connecting with the audience and looking people in the, like, it's going to build your confidence. And that's what I'm looking for when I'm watching these presentations, right? You know, how the leaders are connecting. You know, look at Matt Rosa, presentation, hear the different perspectives. Listen, that's all I'm looking for. I want to know the different perspectives, how persons are breaking down this information. You see how Bryce breaks it down, right? That's what I'm looking for. That's how you learn how to present, right? You listen, repetition, and then you do it. Right? Then you do it, right? You go. Listen, I'm showing you how to learn this thing. You want to become better? This is what I did. Want to listen to the presentations? Yeah. Go and listen to it. Go listen to it. Right? You hear how he presents, hear how he breaks down information, see how he talks, see how he speaks, the vocal inflections, tonality, hear when they go low, and start to whisper to the crowd. Guys, listen, it's all a skill. It's a skill. I mean, this skill, it takes practice. Right? It takes practice. Yeah. So like and here's the most important thing, right? Always remember that you in control. I can say, I get that money laugh too. Right? Always remember that you in control. And let me tell you what I mean, right? Like, I remember when I really got comfortable presenting. Like, I was just having fun. When I'm presenting, I'm gonna tell you do some madness. I'm gonna tell you lean forward in your seat. Right? I'm gonna tell you lean forward in your seat. Let me tell you this secret. And trust and believe, right? The crowd gonna lean forward in their seat, right? Some people are gonna be like, what is this guy telling me to do? But some people are gonna lean forward in their seat, and you gonna have fun. You gotta have fun with this thing. When you're on the call, you tell people, listen, lean into the screen. Chad, listen, Chad, let me tell you where it got that from. Chad will got you in a presentation, snapping your fingers twice, stomping your feet twice, raise your left eyebrow, and all kind of madness. Got you on a call and tell you bring your ear close to the phone. Right? Have some fun. You know what I mean? Have some fun. With this thing, if you're not having fun with this, you're not doing it right. Right? But trust and believe, that's gonna come over time. Yeah, that's gonna come over time. So, but it's really all of this, right? All this is personal development. Some people think that personal development is just me hearing all these bombs, and they're just like, oh my gosh, that was so deep. Personal development is you personally developing. That's what personal development is. So when they plug in on skills, for example, because they want to personally develop in that area, you got everything is, you got to be intentional about it. You want to become better at presenting? Plug into personal development as it relates to presenting, right? Plug into personal development as it relates to promoting. Plug into personal development, like whatever you want. I'm telling you, right? As it relates to skills and so on in network marketing, you're gonna find a lot of it on YouTube. Trust me. You're gonna, especially with Eric Worre, right? Look, Eric Worre, how to present. Oh my Lord. Look. Look. How to present. Go and watch it. Because go and watch it. Right? Go and watch it. Full breakdown. Go and watch it. Right? And this I'm telling you, ask Akeem. Ask Akeem, right? How he learned to pique interest. Right? Ask Akeem, ask Gavin. Right? How they learned about different skills. Plug it into personal development. You see this guy right here, boss. I'm showing you guys, right? Just how to grow. Always be a student. Be searching, right? When you're a student, you start to seek out this information. Bought course, listen, they spent money and becoming better. Spend money in courses, right? Akeem he write the book, Building an Empire. Listen, you see Building an Empire? I just spell his name. Brian Carruthers, right? Information is there. Get the books. Plug into the leaders. Hear what it is that they're saying. Right? The information is there. Listen, I'm telling you, everything is there. At night, I remember sitting up watching this video. Right? About network marketing moguls. I'm just sharing this with you guys so you can really understand the process for this thing. You don't get better by just coming on this call once. You don't get better by just plugging in the information once. It's repetition. Read the books. Go on the internet. Seek out the information. Implement. Practice. Right? Even if you got to do a dry run with your upline sponsor, mentor, whatever, do that. Have them critique you. Have them show you, listen, well, this is where you could improve. You know, this is where you can become better in. You know, like don't make this thing hard. Yeah, don't make this thing hard. I always remember, like, every person had to start. And when I started, I wasn't so good. I was using YouTube videos until it became a part of me, until it became habitual, until I became better. I was, like, even when I sucked, even when the presentation wasn't that good, still do it over and over and over and over and over again, right? So guys, man, tonight, I hope that this information was of value. I hope that you guys got, a ton of information, ton of value from this call tonight. Definitely let me know in the chat box, man, if you did. Because I'm telling you, these calls, are really gonna be a spark for you, to really go ahead and win, to really go ahead and see a lot of success in this industry. Again, re-emphasizing, get the book, Building an Empire. Don't just get it, read it. Don't do like myself. Don't do like Akeem, where we took long, to read the books. Why we are telling you this so much is because someone told us and we slept on it. We took about 2 years to read the book, my Lord. Right? We took long to read the book. Don't let that be you. All right? Don't let that be you. Right? It's just personal revelation that takes place. Despite we might teach you some things, there's personal revelation that's going to take place when you actually go and read that book. The audio is cool, but the book is better. Right? The audio is cool, but the book is better. Right? So guys, definitely hope, like I said, that you guys got value. Let's really go and implement. On Wednesday, we see you guys back here once again. Right? Wednesday at 9 p.m. I believe. Yeah, Wednesday at 9. We're gonna be back here again. Chairman Skillscamp. Definitely see you guys here on this line once again. Right? Yeah, man, and just really take all the information that we would have given to you guys over the last week. This will be now the second week. Take all the information and implement. Right? Implement it. That's the way that you get better by practicing it. All right. So with that being said, guys, have an amazing night. We see you guys on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Be blessed. Good night. Peace. I think we're gonna end off with this song. Let me find it about here real quick. Let's find it about here real quick. Let's go.